Hi, I'm Donnie, Able Wellness. We're going to talk today about how we would work with somebody starting into a quadruped position and what that would do for the client. The typical things that you see a lot of times with clients is, and this is also a good way to find out where the client is. A lot of times you'll see a client with their head dropped in this position, their shoulders jammed up, and the shoulder blades closing together, and this whole front rib cage dropping down. The pelvis tilting forward, and they're arching the back way up. Okay, and of course there's other positions also. Sometimes you'll see the tail tucked. You'll see a person tail tucked like this, and their back's around and their head dropped. So a lot of times we'll just use this position just to check to see where a person is at when we start off with them. When we get into this position, of course, obviously starting off with somebody, we would have them lying down, seated, to find out where they are and work on different type of cueing and segments to help build them up to get into this position. So there's a lot of places you can go with this. So what I want to see a lot of times is I'll use a smart spine or a dowel rod, and we can place that right along the spine and up her head, to the back of her head here. And now she actually has something for her backside body to reach into, okay? So her arms can post up, her shoulder blades can open here, and she can reach that mid-back, upper back into that. Now she can also lengthen her head upward as well, and she can create that head lift. And there should be an arch right here in her cervical. And then her lower back should have a curvature, and then she can find that pelvis reaching back into there. So she really has to activate that abdominal wall up. So this is work for her to stay in this position. Okay, and simply we can actually have somebody stay in this position for a period of time to develop strength through the whole entire spine, core area, and hold it for a couple cycles of breath and then come out of that. So that's an exercise within itself, and then we can build onto that. Another segment thing, or another prop that we can use is an actual dowel rod. So dowel rod we can take and go down the spine, and we can have her reach into, and we can find whether they drop. So they actually have to keep that rod there and maybe do some pelvic tilting, rolling forward, and we can drop and we can raise. So we really have to work on this posterior and anterior tilt of the pelvis. So there are different segments that we can use just in this all four position, create exercises out of that. She can go ahead and come out of that. But this is a great way to build strength for somebody that would be for an upright position, which we all are, when we go out to walk. And we go out to walk and move around. We can take this certain exercise and put it into our everyday life and build off of this. So again, I'm Donnie, Able Wellness, and I'll check in with you next time with more segments, more techniques. Take care.